Alright, hello, let's talk about the 7.31 Relic step, or steps. There are 3 steps in total. The first of which is keeping the old ways alive. You can access this in the Phantom Village if you have completed the previous stages of the Relic weapon, including the Tombstone phase from 7.2 series. And this one basically follows on. You are tasked with bringing several items to Geralt over here in the Phantom Village. These items are reminiscent of A Realm Reborn. There are crafted items, there are vendor purchased items, and there is even a bicolor gemstone related item. The dark matter, the 3 dark matter are the crafted items, and the others are from vendors. So let's cut through this and get straight to where you go. The first place you want to go to is Yaktel Ixbrak and the Gemstone Trader. Gemstone traders then obviously offer a variety of wares. The new item is the Uhomu Siderite for 600 bicolor gemstones. Bicolor gemstones you get from doing fates then. That is where you'll get your first item. A lot of people are running fates today, so you should find a fate group. The second of the items is the Runic Glue in Tulialal. You can get this from Goplu, the independent merchant here near the actual Bayside Bevy, the market area. And if you go on this vendor, it will cost you 300,000 gil to actually get 1 Runic Glue, and that's the other item. The other 3 are crafted. We've got basically there's multiple ways of crafting these depending on your specific profession. There is the Dark Matter Beta, Alpha, and Gamma. And basically you need Masterwork 12 to be able to access any of these, which of course you can go to Solution 9, exchange your scripts and get the Masterwork books, or of course you can actually get it from a market board. Something else that people don't tell you, or at least I didn't read on the recipe immediately, don't try and craft normal quality ones. You will actually need high quality crafts because otherwise it fails. It's an expert recipe essentially. There is a macro on screen that will work for all 3 of the crafts. This is something I put together with the Raphael website. I'm using pretty much full pentamelded crafted gear aside from tools. So this works. It works for all 3 recipes. You want Kavish and the craftsman's Tisane or Tisane or whatever you want to call it, and that shouldn't be too bad. Alternatively, the market board is an option. It even says that in the quest. This is very reminiscent of the A Realm Reborn Relic stages where you had to buy things from vendors, that you had to craft things or get other people to craft. A lot of people are probably going to be set back in this stage, but it always helps to know somebody who crafts or enjoys crafting, like I do for my girlfriend, for example, who probably isn't necessarily the sort of person that enjoys crafting. So you've got to bear that in mind. It is kind of an arc back to the old days, and yeah, nostalgia aside, you will need to do this either through crafting or the market board. And the market board prices are obviously going to be extortionate because it's day 1. I'm sure some people will lower these prices down. But yeah, once you've crafted your alpha, your beta, and your gamma, there are a variety of materials required for each of the crafts. And of course, you will need masterwork on specific classes to actually do this. Mine, I used Armorer, I used Weaver, and I used Alchemy. With those 3, I was able to craft all 3 of the materials I needed. That's the first phase completed, essentially. You go to Geralt, you hand in all of these items. He basically says, well done, gives you a cutscene, and then we get the next stage. So this is the second of 3 stages. This is the Ether Wells stage. Essentially what you have is a light stage. That's how this works. And you'll get a fixed amount of light depending on what duty you complete. And there are 4 light wells to complete, basically Ether Wells. As you can see, we have a high-end dungeon one, which includes everything from level 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 dungeons. Then we have Alliance Raids, which features all of the 24-player content. We have a Trial Roulette, and we also have the normal Raid Roulette as well. The completion of these basically gives you a bonus once per day. This resets at 4 p.m. or your reset time, depending on when your server resets each day. And if you do this today and you do it in time, you'll be able to get a second set of bonus. It's really only beneficial to do it for the bonus bonus each day. You can farm these trials, for example, the roulettes rather, repeatedly if you wish, but the amount of ether you get upon completion, as you can see in these demonstrations, for example, for trial roulette, we're getting 222 ether with a bonus of 614. So that's how drastic the actual bonus is. So yeah, you can farm these, but you need 10,000 ether per roulette on the well, basically. So you need 10,000 from your high-end dungeons, you need 10,000 from Alliance raids, you need 10,000 from trials, and 10,000 from normal raids. So as you can see, this is a demonstration of me completing all 4 of these roulettes today, and that is the current amount that I'm up to after the bonus. Yeah, you get a really, really small amount per completion of these things outside of that bonus period. So my recommendation would be to let this take course, do this over the course of a couple of weeks, log in, do your roulettes, there's 4 of them to do, and then pretty much log out. You could, of course, grind this out if you wanted to quicker, but I would not recommend that, especially not the Alliance Raid roulette one. Which was unfortunately only giving us 101 points of ether from a run of Thalia, for example. Bit of an oof. Just a quick rundown then of how much ether per. So high-end dungeons gave me 278 with a 376 ether bonus upon completion for the first of the day. The Alliance raid gave me 830 with only a 101 bonus, which was quite low, but I guess it's because you get such a large amount for completion, so that might be spammable out of all of them. The trial roulette gave me 222 with a bonus of 614, which is huge in comparison. And the normal raid gave me 116 with a bonus of 614. So obviously there are some there that are more spammable than others if you really wanted to. For example, the Alliance raid, there's not much in it, really. You might as well just run that one. But the rest, I would recommend just doing daily for the bonus and not beyond that if you want to preserve some sanity, because some of those would take over 100 runs to actually get enough ether. You remember you need 10,000 ether per well. Yeah, so the third stage, which we're not able to show you because I've not obviously finished all of this within a couple of hours, will be tomestones, which I believe is 1,500 tomestones of heliometry for those weapons. So, and you'll only have to do the ether well and the crafted purchasable stage once, obviously, and then it's just tomes after that point. But obviously it'll take a little while before people are onto that tome stage. And as far as I know, the new relic stage is a glowy. That's the rumor of basically the same models that we currently have. So if you've got those, basically it adds a glow, I think. That's what people are saying anyway on the internet, but we'll see it when we get there and we'll do a full showcase. But what I really want to know is, do you like this? Are you interested in this? Are you not happy with the light well stage, like the ether well stage, the light stage? I personally quite like it. It's not too much of a hurdle. It's a lot easier than drop rates, right? A lot better than an Atma stage that we had before. Light is guaranteed, and you get a nice healthy bonus per completion. It is a little bit annoying that there's such a disparity between the dungeons, etc., in the Alliance raids, but obviously the reward of light is dependent on how long it takes to complete each of those Alliance raids / trials, etc., with obviously your high-level dungeons, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, being the one that gives you the least, so that will take you the longest to actually complete and fill up fully. But yeah, this is the sort of thing that you're supposed to do casually, I suppose, every day for the next couple of weeks, and you'll eventually get your relic weapon. But I am curious what you think. There's been a lot of discourse about this. I quite like the extra added stages. Personally, you might not. Let me know. Anyway, much love. That was a brief overview of what you can do to unlock your next stages of relic weapons. Hopefully that was helpful, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.